Your stabbing face is just full of regret and don't wanna.
I know.
Right?
It absolutely is. Also,
I mean,
we're live.
You really forced my hand. I'm gonna have to stab you now.
That's how it goes around here.
Welcome to Kristen's stabbing hour.
It's really my favorite time of day. Kristen's stabbing hour.
Happy International Women's Day.
Wow.
Mm. Nope.
Starting right in with the Deadpool jokes. That's promising. Very, very promising.
It'll go well.
It will go well.
It'll fucking go well, guys. It's gonna go great. We're gonna like it.
How is everyone
We're
tonight?
not going to cause any problems with the Imperials. None of us are.
None problems.
None problems. Yeah. How is everyone?
Excited to rock. Someone's beeping.
It's me. Oh, stop it.
Maybe it was Skype.
No. It's Kristen.
I've seen the doctor, but they can't figure it
I
out.
can't shake my head any harder on the stream.
You can roll your eyes while you shake your head.
Ugh.
Yeah, fucking doctor.
All right. So welcome.
Also patting your belly and rubbing your head.
Welcome to Lucky Number episode 13 of this thing that we do.
As the wheel burns.
As the wheel burns. I really do need to put something together for that because it would be hilarious. So as usual, let's take a second to go around the horn, tell everybody our beliefs, or y'all's beliefs. My beliefs are irrelevant.
Your beliefs are hit him with the cattle prod harder.
That is true.
Jim, hit him with the cattle prod.
That was the best joke. Like it filled me with happiness. For
I'm
those
glad.
of you watching along at home, I had to change a belief. Actually, I'll read it. It was, this feast will finally fucking happen and it will be delightful. And it had, and nobody will die. And I was like, Sean's gonna choke somebody to death. Like, someone's gonna have an allergic reaction to a fucking vegetable and they're gonna
At the
die
very least.
just so I can't get a persona. And it came up that he's a really evil, like, how do you pronounce it? Like, Jinn?
Yeah.
It
Like-
starts
like
with
a
the silent D, yeah.
Yeah. And so Matt suggested he was a
His name was Jim with a silent D.
TJIN.
It's you don't really need to explain it. It's a dumb joke, but thank you for trying.
Yeah, I thought it was just, you can't really just drop the reference and then not tell the people at home what the fuck we're talking about.
That's true.
Just, it's a good joke, Matt. Come on. Let me give you props.
All right,
Stop being a bitch about it.
It was a good joke.
I'm bitch.
So anyway.
What? All right.
I changed that belief to the feast will finally fucking happen. It will be delightful and nobody will be murdered. That's very much more specific.
You could take more action against someone being murdered than someone choking on a ham. So
Yeah. Although that like every time I read that belief, I want it to come out with a Boston accent and it's like a New York accent. I'm not gonna do it because that would be embarrassing.
murder.
Cordia is a threat to Gosvik. I will employ the Tibesians' help in eliminating her. And I need to get both the Varda and the newcomers on board. I will rouse them to the prospect of Confederacy-backed freedom and gain their support. The end.
Nice.
Sorry, bud.
Mr. Glover.
Sorry. You okay?
After all the preparation, it is time for the feast. I will use this moment to gain converts to the path. Belief 2, the Imperials will not bring peace to this land. Not like I'm going to stop them, but like their presence is not helping things. So I will show them they are unwelcome intruders in Gosvik.
Okay.
And I shouldn't put my burdens on Alduin. I shall confess to him my sins and convince him it was in the best interest of Gosvik. So it's not just dropping a confession and then just no dice. It's got to have some dice,
some teeth to it. OBD dubs, I might have murdered somebody.
A little murder.
Just a light murder.
I mean, how much longer was he going to live anyway? He was really old. You know, I mean, that should be taken into account, right, guys?
Wow.
Right?
You just pre-retired him to the grave.
Yeah,
there you go.
We call it pre-tiring.
Yeah.
God, I'm bad. And Dustin,
Remember that for next time I slip and kill someone.
Tensions are coming to a head. I will enforce civility at the feast. Metiana brings nothing but trouble to us. I must cut my ties to the Empire. Oh yeah, I forgot to update that with what I put in chat. I was going to tell Callius to shove it. Then I will not allow the wolves to continue ravaging people, so I will kill them or drive them off. I think the wolves are going to become the new feast. They're there. I swear they're coming.
I mean, it's. I thought you meant like we're going to kill one and eat one. Like, I mean, like, well, I guess that's one way to deal with them.
Here we go.
They're the new feast.
I will announce to Callius that I will resign, and they are no longer welcome here.
all right, cool. So, sorry, somebody was blowing into their mic.
Oh, sorry, I was sighing.
No, it's okay.
You were sighing?
Yeah.
Was it because of the pork rock joke?
No.
The pork rock joke.
Don't understand that joke.
It's instead of prog rock, like Rush or King.
Oh, I know what
Never
prog
mind.
rock is.
Yeah, well, prog rock's better because prog rock is awful.
I don't know what.
Unless you're dyslexic, and then it's just the same thing anyway.
Exactly. So it's the morning of the feast.
Fucking have it happen now.
Finally, all like since dawn, the speakers have been out, making their preparations, begging blessings from the ancestors. You know, like you do before like a big festival, and the Imperials or
I'm a little sad Nicole is not here to recognize the fact that her priests are trying to bless my church. It's at this event right now.
They're blessing the town. They're out preparing.
Your church is in the town, and therefore under their jurisdiction.
You're there by their leave.
I like this idea of a spiritual jurisdiction.
Right? Are there jurisdictional fights like between like feds and local police agencies? I'm sorry, you can't make that blessing. That's our blessing to make.
I mean, if what's his name had his way and was still around with all his fingers, he would agree. But
Gwynnem, fuck that guy.
fuck that. He's
Maybe
old.
he and Dominus are hanging out.
Maybe he needs to be pre-tired.
Pre-tired. Yes. So, like while that's kind of going on, and it's become this like constant drone in the background, which I think Yezi, you're probably used to because this is normal for you. But there haven't been a lot of big like town-wide festivals.
Not in a long time. Not since the war.
Not
at
yet,
least.
right?
Not since before the war started.
Yeah. So like the Varda, like this is a very comforting thing. Like this is almost like getting back to normalcy. And for the Imperium citizens, they're like even though everything's kind of settled down like between the two people, it's still like all of a sudden there's this weird thing that's going on, and like it's a reminder that this, they're not entirely like
This area.
yeah. Inside the keep, the jitteriness is even worse. Cordy has kind of locked herself up in her chambers.
That's fine. Fuck that bitch.
And I think we open with Aldwin and Yezi in the morning. Like there's always details, right, with everything that's kind of been going on, and so as the captain of the guard, Aldwin, like we kind of come in as you're finishing up the the last minute details as far as assigning patrols and that kind of thing, and the logistical sort of thing with Yezi. When there is a timid knock on the door, and then one of the household servants kind of pokes their head in, and is like, Lady Bjorsen, beg your pardon, but Master Kalis wants to see you, ma'am. And then he just kind of pushes his way past, like now this formality is done with him actually being announced.
Like he just stood there with like hand on the person's shoulder. I was like, okay, go.
Yeah, like this is done, and he just kind of like, he doesn't like forcibly shove him, obviously, but brushes past him, and he's got like a stack of parchments in his hand, and he comes in and says, Lady Bjorsen, Captain Lurko, it's good to find you both here. I didn't realize you would be here, Captain, but good enough.
You can leave if you need.
No. By all means, stay. This I'm sure will pertain to you as well. And he comes over and he sets like this stack of parchments on your desk, and he says, I've had these drawn up. Spent the last few nights between myself and Cordia making copies so that she knows what that we're all on the same page, as it were. And he says, I realize that you are, of course, the governor or regent of this area, and I wouldn't propose to usurp your authority, but
that hurt him a little bit to say.
A little bit, not that much though. And he says, however, given your that you are now in the official capacity as the representative of her Her Grace the Empress's government, I think it would behoove you to make sure these are displayed prominently throughout the town. And on like he passes the top sheet over to you, and the rest are obviously like copies of this, and it's like it's just a list of like not specific laws, but like it would be the effect of here are the things that are officially like permitted and not permitted. by imperial law.
Yeah. The whole time he's been talking, she's just been like, yep, Just looks at it, and I'm like, okay, well, like, now's not the time, but I will make sure that they get distributed after the feast.
He says, there's no better time. I'm sure that the captain here would agree with me. Why would now not be a good time?
Because we are planning and throwing a feast. And this is very, I know that as, somebody from the capital, I understand that our ways might still be foreign.
Oh, he rolls his eyes as soon as you say our ways.
But this is a very important and healing moment for our town, and this is where my focus needs to be.
He's kind of sick of your shit, and he's
been sick of my shit since we met.
Yeah,
it's mutual.
He's like, this isn't a request. I'm trying to be respectful of your authority here, but you will do this.
I will.
Now.
I step forward a little bit. I had this slip in my hand. I haven't looked it over. I imagine there's rules in there that are not gonna be well met, correct?
Oh yeah, of course. Like the ones for forbidding necromancy.
Yeah. So I'm gonna step forward a little bit, kind of in just a little bit in between him and Yezi, and I'm gonna be like, all due respect, sir, if we post these before a large gathering of both sides or both countries, plus the local populace, it will create nothing but strife. I agree with Yezi. It should wait.
He stares at you for a second, and then he says, well, then it's a good thing I didn't ask your opinion, soldier.
But
I don't believe your job description involves speaking up to your superiors. It's about following orders. Yes, Captain?
I put my hand on your shoulder, old one. I just said, and I'm like, look, Kalis, I'm not just trying to fight you on this, but I know my people, and if we're going to change how they live their lives with a decree like this, it is best to do it at a time when they are placated, when they feel that some of their lives have returned to normal, at least as normal as they're going to get. I am telling you that, tap it on the papers. I'm like, this is not the time for this. Even tomorrow after the feast, surely there is no harm in just give me this. Just let us have the feast, and we'll start tipping the apple cart over tomorrow. All right? Now is not the right time.
Are you? He says, are you refusing to do this then?
I'm not refusing to do this. I said I would do it tomorrow.
He looks at you, and then he turns to Aldwin, holds the stack out to him, and says, Captain, as your superior, I'm ordering you to put these up. Bandages are best ripped off.
Well, Kristen, you believe that Alwyn's probably not going to need convincing very long. I think Shaun's poking the bear right now.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'll give you, like, if you look over to Yezi, I'll give you, like, a slight, like, just fucking
That'll be good
agree.
enough convincing for me, honestly. Kitty butt, I don't need kitty butt now, thank you.
Like, yeah, she just gives you a nod. Like, just say yes. Just say yes, and we'll deal with it.
And I'll turn it back to him, and I'll say it very stone-faced and, yes, sir.
Good. I'll send I'll check in on you after it's done.
Yeah, so, does he leave? Is that it? I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, he says I'm glad someone here knows their place. And he just turns on his heel and walks.
Yeah, I just laugh to myself, like, as he leaves. Just like, fucking come on, guys. Like, I turn to Aldwin, and I'm like, alright. They clearly have to go out, but I don't want them to go out without our caveats. So, you man the fort, and keep getting the feast ready, and I'm going to go give these to the right people to distribute them. Like, she walks to the door with the stack of them, and then, like, locks it, and turns back around. And, she's like, so how do you feel about this whole, imperial rule in Varda?
I think it's chaos.
I mean, because I understand that you came here with your brother, and you came here on orders. I don't know if you know this, but before he arrived, we remained untouched by both the Confederacy and the Imperium. We just existed in our little niche out here, happy as could be, trading as we wanted. The Imperium thought they controlled us. The Confederacy married me out here, so they thought they controlled Varda. But it never mattered. We were never big enough for any of this to matter. And your brother marched in, killed off pretty much our entire army, all our husbands and sons, and here we are. Now, apparently I'm an agent of the Imperium, meant to stamp out the religion that's been here since as long as the people have. That's not sitting well with me, I gotta be honest. But you have the only armed forces in Varda. And that's an issue.
Alden kind of sits there and thinks for a second. He goes, honestly, I don't see the representatives from the Imperium as being much different from my brother was. And the Imperium's values do not align with what I consider to be my values, honor and respect. But if you are insinuating that we stand against the Empire in some form, the armed troops I have for one, wouldn't stand a chance. For two, I can't guarantee that they wouldn't turn on us themselves for the Imperium, because they are military trained, much like myself, but not all of people are, or all of the soldiers are, how do I put it, free-minded?
Will they follow you?
I don't know. They followed me against my brother, but that was a small step compared to what you may or may not be insinuating now.
What if I could bring you an army to fight the Imperium? I know we can't hold them off with just your men, but they're leaving. Only Cordia's staying. We'll have time. What if I can get an army here in that time? It pains you.
I'd want to make it clear that not looking for a war or a battle, looking to stabilize the area. So any army, force, or anything like that would be strictly defensive and for the stability of the area. Not an oppressive force, not just as the Imperium claimed to pacify the area or anything like that.
Let me be blunt with you, Aldwin. If we have a chance to join the Confederacy, or at least hope to have a chance, it paints you a traitor, but it guarantees our autonomy. Are you going to be a problem?
I like that phrasing.
Thank
No.
you. I went to very fine schools.
Aldwin kind of sits and thinks, and he's like, I'm not going to be a problem. But are we trading one monster for another?
So as possible. But as far as I know, they'll just be a defensive force. Here to keep this land out of the hand of the Imperium. If it's not guaranteed, who knows? We could fuck around over the next few months, and they could show back up, and we could be no closer to being independent, and then they'll just out me and kill all of my religious leaders.
Aldwin won't say anything. He'll just kind of look at you, and he'll be like, by your orders.
Yeah, she like clasps you on the shoulder and just nods. She like goes to the door and lock it. I go to walk through and I turn around and I'm like, the rest of them can leave, but I think we might have to kill Cordia. As she walks out of the room with a stack of flyers.
Nice.
Sure, Aldwin is all on board with that, but you know.
She's just your commanding officer, no thanks.
All right. Cut to Father Colin. So let me ask you this, Matt. When we come to the good priest, are you? What's that?
Hot and good.
When we come to the, okay priest,
Middling.
Middling. Are you out making some kind of preparations for the feast with everybody else? Are you still muted? Yes. The answer is yes. You are muted. Yes.
Anyway, I am no longer muted. You can hear my dulcet tones. So what happened is the goal of his goal for the feast is to bring people together. So it's not just for just eating. Like
Right.
there's like games and celebrations and stuff. And I've worked with. We had a couple days since last session.
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would have worked with Chadwick to come up with some Metiana team building kind of things, and also some Varda of the same thing. And so like we're mixing and melding.
Like
And
Trust
since
Falls
he's-
and that. No.
Not that corny, but like games and stuff that are mildly competitive, but not enough that people are going to start. Anyway, I'm going to put Chadwick in charge of that, and with the because I mean he's still young enough too. So when kids are involved, he can do stuff with them. But I gave him what the
Well, oh, Matt, did I lose everyone?
You-
Oh, hang on.
No, it just paused here for a moment.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
okay.
I think we
Where'd you
lost.
lose me at?
we're good. We're good.
We lost you
Can you
at.
hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
What was I saying before I went? Huh?
Games and such and children.
All right, so Chadwick is going to be in charge of that, and I give him. I have to go get something real quick, and I give him one instruction, and that is when the games start and stuff. If I'm not back, just make sure that it's not Varda versus Metiana. It's fixed. They're all working. They're not. It's not dividing things further. It's melding them. Could it be reasonable that in a couple days' time? I mean, I didn't think it was important enough for belief, but in a couple of days' time, either I threw together or had someone throw together a very simple stole, like my kind, but like another one, basically, a second priest stole.
Oh, like for him?
Yeah, but not let him know about it yet.
Maybe.
Okay.
Are you like? Is this something that you made yourself, or did you like go and find a
A mom, because moms are good at sewing.
moms are good at sewing. Are we like dogs in the vineyard? Like you got the village together to quilt him a stole?
Yeah, pretty much.
Quite possibly. Let's find out how that went.
Okay.
I guess the real question, like in the intervening time, how did you go about doing that?
I first would try Gisela. I don't know how open she is to that idea.
Yeah, like I think it would probably be like, even if there's some kind of truce.
Yeah, I wouldn't push it yet. I wouldn't push it. Okay, I'd find some other people, and I'd find someone in town who could, and show them my stole and be like, could you make? Hang on, I gotta get a cat down. Can you make another one of these? But maybe a little longer, to account for how much taller than me he is.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not looking for something to be a work of art or anything. I'm just looking for something to be like, this is what you get, and then eventually you can make yourself a better one. But
Right.
I want something to present to him.
Sure. I think I think that this is probably a circles test.
I can do that.
Let's see. What are your life paths? You're born city,
City and outcast.
city and outcast.
So clearly looking within the confines of the city Gostvik itself, not.
Okay. 1. We'll call it Ob 2. Ob 2 circles test.
Can I fork it, or can I put in my reputation as protector of children?
Sure. I
Since
think
I'm doing
so.
this. Okay, and I'm not. It's not. My affiliation can't count because I'm not actually. There's no one else in my affiliation here except maybe Chadwick now. So
Right.
So okay.
Well, I mean, there was Father Petronax, but
He's over. He's out in the. He's sightseeing in the ravine right
he's
now.
sightseeing in the ravine.
Communing with nature.
He's
It's-
one
Go
of
figure. Matt kills Parthenax and Petronax.
Every time.
every time. Yeah. So Ob 2, and I think if you fail, then like the downside of being out kind of in the middle of nowhere is that things are very functional, and when you get it back, it's problematic.
Figure that out, whatever that means.
Yeah. Not
All right,
necessarily problematic. That's not the right word, but like, yeah, when you get it back, there's going to be issues with it.
Okay. I am not gonna. Arta, I have fate and a call on, so I'm going to hopefully rely on those. This is 3 to 2. Is that a difficult or a routine?
3 versus 2?
It'll tell
Yeah,
me.
it'll
It'll
tell
tell
you.
me. I can just roll it. All right. So that's a routine. First of all.
You got 1 success.
All
Oh,
right. That's okay.
That's-
I'm going to tag my street smart, which is a call in for streetwise, citywise, and circle tests in the city dweller setting.
nice.
So bam, and that's
That's
4 to 6.
Yep. That brings it
Nice.
up to 3 successes.
I'm going to name this oh goodness. Probably I'm guessing a seamstress or a tailor.
Yes.
Okay. Circles. What's a good give me a female Varda name.
Varda woman's name.
Felicia.
Sorry, that's not where I want that. How about
Oh crap, I can click on how many times I've circled her up now. That's awesome.
yeah. Her name is how about Tola?
Tola.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, and I basically say, here, take this. I don't have a service for a day or two, so you can use this as a pattern. Just make it longer for someone who's, another head taller than I am. And if you can get it back to me before the feast, that would be perfect. Thank you.
Nice. Yes. Tola takes your stuff. She.
So that's the days before, and
Yep.
then on the day of the feast, I'm rushing to go try to pick it up from her.
Yeah, like I don't. There's no conflict there. Like you arrive. She's got it ready. There's only so much material available here in Gostvik, so it's pretty. I don't know, rustic.
Plain.
Yeah,
Plain, rustic,
It's plain, but everything's in the right place. Like it's well done. It's well made. It's
Oh
sturdy.
shoot! I probably could have opened that. I probably could have opened that 6 for extra effect, huh?
Not really on circles. I mean,
Circles. Okay.
yeah, you already the extra effective circles is that next time you need to circle up a seamstress.
I can do that. I circle her up. I get +1 die.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, like she smiles and hands it to you, and it's well done. It's well made.
Okay. I thank her and I let her know that I'm looking forward to seeing her at the feast. Is she one of my followers or no? Is she in my flock?
Is she in your flock?
Is she on fleek, as it were?
She's not, but she, she seems to be favorable. Favorably disposed.
Okay.
To you.
Cool. So,
Sweet.
I will. Yeah, I'll head back and I'm just getting things ready. My beliefs kind of circle around.
Well, I guess my question is, are you going to?
I'm saving it for now.
Okay, so you're not approaching Aldwin until later.
No, that's after the feast. I'm hoping after the.
Not break Aldwin. Okay.
I want to wait. Till the Imperials leave, so he has the breathing room to not have to worry about it. Yeah.
Solid plan.
Solid
Good luck.
Solid plan. So, Aldwin, after
Had enough of this shit.
You have to kill what?
we have to kill the sorceress. Awesome. Yeah. So after Yezi leaves, where were you headed? What was your
Me?
No, Aldwin.
Oh, fine.
I wasn't headed anywhere specific.
Let me rephrase this question. Where are you when one of the soldiers arrives, panting and out of breath?
Ooh,
My
kinky.
Yes.
Probably where I was left in the office, organizing the patrols and rounds and whatnot.
Yeah. Absolutely. You're in there, and you hear the sound of like armor and sword rattling as a soldier comes fucking running into the room, like stops for a second, gives you like a cursory salute, and then like after he salutes, like kind of puts his hands on his knees and catches his breath like he's been running for a while. And he says, "Sir, sorry, I apologize. I apologize for the unseemliness, sir. But I thought you should know that one of our patrols hasn't checked in yet."
Which one?
He gives you a number, like the 22nd.
Well, I guess I would just want to know what area they were patrolling.
Yeah, they were patrolling to the north, sir. Along the road.
Has anyone gone to look for them?
He says, like, he stops for a second, and he's like, we thought we should ask you, sir, what beforehand, what with you know, the rumors of, you know, and like kind of head nods,
Yeah.
towards the window where it's like, you know, that giant wolf corpse. Whatever happened to that? Was it just like
I gave it to
that's right.
Brianna.
That's
I
right.
don't know what she did with it.
It's in the bone shack.
It's in
She's
the
doing
boat.
horrible necromancy things to it.
Yeah, well, you know,
Probably.
like they do.
Okay. I kind of rub my head because, of course, just shit I need to deal with right now. All right. I tell the guy to we assume they patrol in twos. Take his patrol partner and search the area, but don't venture too far out of sight. Look for any signs of them.
He says, yes, sir. And he stops, like, as he's about to leave, and turns back, and he says, is that a standing order? I mean, if in case anything else happens. Not that anything else is going to happen. Sir.
I kind of look at him quizzically, like, if anything happens, come back to me and report.
Yes, sir.
Before you do anything.
Yes, sir. We'll go and look for the patrol immediately, sir. And he shuffles off. Yezi, what were you up to after you left the office?
I was heading to. Let me pull up my character sheet.
You can't just lay on my space bar.
I am gathering up Mako,
Ah, Mako.
and heading to Gisella's house with a fat stack of flyers.
With a fat stack of flyers. Yeah. Mako's like calmed down in the intervening time. You know, he's gotten less terrified of things out in the woods. So yeah, like you find him. He's taken to helping some of the local people, you know, take care of crops and whatnot. Just offering helping hands, since, you know, a full-on resistance movement hasn't been necessary either.
Children and their feeble attempts at rebellion.
Right. Yeah. So the two of you make your way to Gisella's farm. Much like Father and Colin, she's never quite warmed up to you. But she seems to be at least not overtly hostile.
Yeah, we had an unsteady truce-ish.
Right. But yeah, she sees you, and she sees Mako coming, and she kind of comes and like meets you at the gate to her fields, and you know, she says, Lady Bjorsen?
I know that it's a very busy day and you both have much to do today. I do have a favor to ask. I start tapping on all the flyers they've written out again. And I'm like, I understand what they say. And I need to appease the people demanding we put these up for now. But I cannot have people thinking that this is anything I stand behind. Now, I need you both to have faith that I have a plan to get rid of the Imperials. But
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, until we can enact that, I need to appease the asshole leading them until they leave.
God, stop. You're messing up my computer.
She takes it and kind of she looks at it and she's she looks down and then looks at you and she says, I don't like she's vacillating between like also she's unsure and then she hands it to you and she says
oh, can she not read?
She can't read. And so she's like, I don't know what these are. I reckon like she recognizes the
yeah,
the marks of official and imperial stuff. But yeah, she's just like what do these say? I need to know if I'm
okay. Yeah. Do I need to roll to read them or?
No, I don't think it's a like it's
yeah. And I'm
pretty
guessing
plain
it's
language
just
stuff.
a lot of like.
Roll to read them. You fail. Dar, 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 dar.
Okay. So. Yeah. Like I'm guessing it's all just imperial.
Right. It's just like
no necromancy, and here's all the way we're gonna fuck up your lives, and
yeah, pretty much. Like some of it's not particularly onerous. Like there's this is what people will be expected to pay in taxes. These are some basic laws. But yeah, on there is necromancy is forbidden on pain of death, that sort of thing. It ends in all hail Empress Mediana the Fourth.
yeah. So I read it to her, and I'm like, sure you can understand how me putting these up in any capacity could be misrepresented as my endorsement of this. But just to make it clear to you two, I find this absolute trash, and I mean to enforce none of this. And that is why I've come to you two to help me, because as the leaders of the resistance from when the Dominus was here, I trust you to disseminate these, along with kind of a wink and a nod from me, indirectly.
After you have explained it to her, like her expression goes from confused to afraid, like and she's like Do you... I mean no disrespect, lady, but do you know what would happen if somebody saw me putting these up? I understand what you're doing, but I don't know, like, if somebody sees this, and what if they don't understand that it's coming from you, that it's not going to be enforced after all we've been through? Like,
well, that's like out of character. Basically, what I want them to do is like spread the word,
right?
Like get the flyers out there, but be like, huh, look at the Imperium wants. Like at the same time, so that it becomes common knowledge. Like I don't know if I'm getting that across.
No,
right?
no, you are.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I like I get that. Sorry, I clearly need to make it more clear what her deal is. It's not that she doesn't believe you. What she's afraid of is that she'll be out, like, they'll be out handing these things out, and somebody's not going to have gotten the memo.
Yeah, somebody's gonna misconstrue it.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm like, look, I understand what I'm asking you to do, but if I don't take it in my power to get these hung, then the city guard hangs them. And that comes with no information from the keep as to their enforcement.
So Mako just kind of takes like a chunk of them and is like, I have no problems doing this, my lady. And
I tell him, I'm like, make sure you put them where the Imperium can see. If Kalis does not see them, this might be over before it can even start.
And he's like, of course, and like takes him, and he's off, like he's off doing his thing. Giselle is still hemming and hawing over it, given like, I think it's probably pretty obvious to you that, given the fact that she was the local shit stirrer, like, she trusts what you're saying, but she's worried about her reputation.
Sorry.
And yeah, like, she kind of like takes him and looks at him and holds him back to you, and she's like, I mean no disrespect, but I can't do this.
Is there any convincing her? Like, is there?
If you want to try, how do you convince her?
Well, because Kalis is leaving. He said, like, the day after the feast.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like pushed them back into her hand, and I'm like, look, they have to be up tonight. We are going to have the feast. Kalis and his little entourage are going to leave. We will deal with the sorceress, and then I will address the town and dispel the rumors. That is not long. You know, if you're worried for your reputation, for your safety, I can help in whatever capacity I have. And I leaned in close, and I was like, the city guard captain is on our side in this matter. Like,
oh yeah, why don't you just go ahead and tell the shit stirrer that won't get him. Fine, good planning. I like it.
Yeah, I want to persuade her to.
May I make a suggestion?
Sure.
You could always persuade her to put them up backwards. They're up.
Doesn't. I don't think it would keep Kalis happy. And since
I
he
don't
told you
think you
to,
give a fuck about keeping Kalis
Well,
happy now, do you?
I care about keeping you alive and in control. I don't need Captain
that's
Obvious running shit.
Fair.
You're bad enough. No, Captain Obvious, god damn it! You're arresting the good guys.
Sergeant right now. I don't want him to become captain because that means I'm dead.
No, see? I'm looking out for you.
Yeah. That sounds like persuasion to me.
Yeah.
Ob 3. That's her will. She doesn't really have she's got nothing, no leverage with which to make any kind of alternate intent.
Okay.
At this point, it's she either has to do it or she doesn't.
Am I at an increased obstacle? I shouldn't even ask. But because she is a hateful relationship, or is that just pertaining to circling her?
That's just how the initial kind of the initial state of your relationship at the beginning of the game. So at this point,
Okay.
She's not even really hateful. She's not your best friend.
No.
But I would say she's not even really hateful at this point.
She's not kicking my ass and kidnapping me anymore.
Right.
So that's cool.
Yeah. You guys are okay.
Comparatively, we're great. Okay, cool.
I will. I'll actually give you an advantage die because Mako clearly had your back, and he is somebody that she trusts.
Yeah.
Being a pair of shit stirrers, the two of them.
All three of us, really.
Really, you were just on the
We're all rousing rabble.
just different ends of the shit stir spectrum there.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So persuasion. Oh, there it is. Add in 1.
Yep.
Against 3.
Against
You
3.
said?
Yep. If if you fail, then she's gonna do her best to be apologetic about it, but when it comes down to it, she's always gonna kind of look out for number 1, and she's just gonna be I can't risk what reputation I have for this.
Okay. So then we're going to be left with the problem of a bunch of flyers left to hang up and no one to hang them.
Exactly.
Sweet. All right. I miss rolling real dice.
You could always hang them.
I got a feast to do shit for. Shit to stir. I need the other shit stirrers to do this. Ah, there we go.
Oh, nice. Yep. Handily. You even had 2 6s there.
Yeah.
If you needed them. You needed them. Jesus. Yeah, she takes them kind of hesitatingly, and she's like, all right, I understand why you need this done. I'm sure everything will people will be able to make sense of what's really going on. Excuse me. She says, can consider me your on your side for this.
Thank you, Gisela. This will go a long way to getting the Imperium out of Varda.
She says, of course, I hope you remember this when when it comes time to convince my wayward son to come back to the proper fold.
That's just gonna be me the whole game. Be like, like I will do my best, but I won't forget.
Oh man, I want to see
Yeah.
her face. I want to see her face when she sees her son ordained. Oh man.
Ordained is a really strong word for him being like, bitch, I know you killed him. This is my church. And you being like, how about we share? And you'd be like, fine, you're ordained. Like, that's not how religions work.
No. It was all my wisdom and my grace coming to him who earned it worthily. It's a word.
Sweet. Who do we need to go to next?
The feast. The feast is the person we have to go to next.
The feast is the thing.
The feast is,
And it will be delightful and nobody will be murdered.
and
That doesn't include wolves. That's people dying. There's a difference.
Wolves are people too.
No, they're not. They're fucking wolves, and people die by, but they're murdered by people.
They have a culture. Come on, man.
And once they
Yeah.
speak our common tongue, they can tell us all about it. And until then, there's just people dying by wolves.
Speak the language or get out is what you're telling them. I get it.
Meerkats have a culture too, but they're not people.
Technically, poop has a culture, so I mean,
Bacteria has a culture.
mhm.
Wah, wah, wah. That was pretty good fun.
Is there more soldiering stuff before the feast?
Aside from what my lost patrol, I don't know if that's before the feast, during the feast, after the feast thing. That's up to Shaun.
that is up to me. We've been on stream for about an hour. Would it be okay to take a real quick break?
No.
For 10 minutes or so, and then when we come back, we will jump in on the open up on the feast,
Yeah, we better, because it's going to be delightful.
because it's going to be delightful and nobody's going to get murdered.
No pack of wolves will attack.
Okay,
Nothing like that will happen
Can I just
until
call?
after my speeches.
Can I just call the belief done, even if it's not delightful?
I believe delightful's down on paper. I think
it has
I think
to-
that's part of the requirement.
You better make that shit delightful. No, I didn't think that literally it being delightful was in the description. I thought you were just being facetious.
Yeah,
I mean, it's both, obviously.
I just see a still image of like a bunch of wolves eating a bunch of dead villagers, and one of the wolves looks up and goes, "This is delightful." And then, like off to the side, your dead body is like persona point.
That's like my final word. Like, Arda! Alright.
Arda.
Varda Arda.
Let me know when we're on break.
On water.
All right, we will be back in just about 10 minutes.